Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and yes, I think I've lost my mind. I am playing My Little Ponies in Hearts of Iron 4. What the hell? I really, okay, everybody, those watching later, what you should really do, and I really hate this about YouTube, pause the video now and play White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, and then come back. I think that may put your head into the right frame of mind, because this does seem like we've gone down a rabbit hole into some other weird reality. I have no idea if there's really some sort of deep My Little Pony lore that this is based on, or just these guys have picked up the aesthetic, ponies and griffins and whatnot, and then totally fantasized it up themselves. Either way, whatever, we're going to be playing some of this with the help of chat here to keep me, well, at least somewhat on track. Not going to say keep me sane. So let's go and see what they're saying. If you want, okay, do not play Dread League unless for the meme it is mostly garbage. Okay, thank you. King Shrimp. I see people suggest it, but even the devs say not to play it until it's reworked. Okay, recently watched Palestine take over the world in Hoi 3, but this beats it. Yeah, well, only time you get things like Palestine taking over the world in Hoi 3 is very well, or is early, very broke versions of Hoi 3. If you want to play something with evil flavor, lots of flavor, it was very fun. Hello, Junember. I guess that's how you would say that. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna play, I guess, the Griffin Empire. Now, I will say I come from a Dungeons and Dragons or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, if that, including Second Edition background, not this modern Dungeons and Dragons thing. Fine, if you like it, you like it. But I come from that, and in those lores, um, griffins really like to eat horses, but hippogriffs don't, because hippogriffs are part horse. So I don't know if we're supposed to go to war with the ponies to eat them or what. We will see. Okay, so let's try to play this. Okay, I was told the focus tree is locked until March when the Emperor dies. Knight's Division, enchanted tools. Okay, resource efficiency gain. We have can we fly? All right. Messenger enchantment signals company. Quick hitters. Knight's maximum speed. Recon detachment. Machine nests. Okay. Well, let's do machine nest. I guess that means flying machines, airplanes. Let's do enchanted tools. And then let's come over to more of my basic favorite, and we'll do national standards. Hello, Podic Equus. How you doing? I guess you are a bit more familiar with this. Okay. Hmm, is I think, is Equus Greek-based for horse? I don't know. Let's see. Now, okay, a starter nation. Yeah, if you have any questions. Oh, yeah, guys, please keep poking me along the right path. Hello, Pamanth the Baller. How you doing? Remember you suggesting someone else mentioned it. Yes, Tiger Tanks with 4 would be lovely. Yes, the only thing I'll, right now out the gate is that you can't take any focuses. Yes, I heard that early on. Okay, which occurs in 3 months. Okay, very good. So we don't have that. We don't have any national focuses. Is there a specific time clock down to some sort of world war starting, or is this a bit more dynamic? I guess I would ask that, if that is like a known thing. Um, well, let's look over here. Okay, we only have 8 factories, so yeah, let's build a couple of more military factories. But we don't have much space to build in. Okay, well, let's build there. Right. Well, okay, so I guess let's do that. No, 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 no. I meant to. Equus. Because hippo is Latin for horse. It's sort of a blend between sandbox and scripted content. Most paths will have specific war goals in mind that tend to remain only regional or, in some cases, continental, but sometimes intercontinental. Okay, cool. But the global war isn't an arm. Okay, good to know. So we're not looking at, World War whatever here. Okay, trade. Okay, we're only a little behind on aluminum. I guess we're going to keep this basic building. Okay. Pause. A train trip. Despite his deteriorating health, I should learn how to either read or speak, the Emperor has decided to embark on a trip across the Harslands via train in order to showcase the new imperial railway system and, more importantly, convince the people that his days are not yet over. Reluctantly, after heavily protesting against the trip and arguing that he should stay in bed, the Emperor's doctors let him go. Nobles and commoners alike gather at Griffinheim's brand new railway station to witness the Emperor's departure. A shining steam locomotive that has been prepared with dozens of ornate cars attached to it, all built by the finest metal workers and carpenters money could hire. The trip was supposed to be long and last several weeks, so there was enough space and supplies for His Majesty's entire entourage. When Grover V finally arrived on his personal automobile later than expected, the nobles raced to welcome him and showering him with praise about the railway project and how all would now witness his coming of modernity to the empire. The emperor nodded warily, as he always did when receiving empty platitudes from. Oh, okay. I lost track. Okay. Project. Okay. Greedy sycophants and coughed. He slowly walked to the station, escorted by heavily armored imperial knights, and was the next beset by commoners who either lauded his project or begged for reforms to give them land and bread instead of expensive trains. When he finally got inside his private railway car, He asked not to be disturbed, sat down, and sighed and took a nap. The train whistled, signaling that the journey has begun. Okay, gamer criticizes things. I know it'll be new for everyone here. Why would griffins want bread? Griffins are meat eaters. You know, they love horses, particularly, but okay, cattle. I mean, hello. Hello, Lucurio. Good to have you here. Nice to see a first time chatter. Lots of possible paths. The girl has made a good choice. Yes, I'm just learning about this stuff. Yeah, I got Harsland as Heartland. That was sort of cool. Refers to the region contained all the orange. Okay, yes. Is based on published lore, or I don't know whether it's griffins are omnivorous in the lore. Okay, Podrick. I know birds, of course. Some are meat eaters and some are seed eater. Herbivores, and some are both. But I'm just going from Dungeons. Like I say, I have a old Dungeons and Dragons background. Okay, political power and gain-based stability. That is good. Let's see. Borrow from Felonia. I don't know that we want to do that. Not anti-harmonic raids. Organized supply networks. I don't think we want to do that right now. Okay. Political power gain. Silent workbird. Very rough, yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll continue to build up our political power for the moment. Silver production, the only thing we're... Okay. Okay, what is this? The Cult Stream Summit -1. Today, the Coalition General Reporter released the agreement drafted by the leaders of the River Coalition after their summit in the city of Coldstream. I get cult versus cold. In a surprising breach of tradition, the Bakaran president Water Lily failed to attend. However, their representatives did not block the agreement. As per the course, the summit announces intention to pending a defensive pact between all 8 nations. They're promised together against any Griffonian incursion. Okay, so these are people from over here, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I get that he's sick, the Emperor. Interesting time. Okay. Grand hoofball game. Okay, hoofball instead of football. The Varak Yellow Jackets and Griffinheim Flows face off today. Expected appointed events. The roster for both teams today. All right. Well, okay. I don't know if it was. They're the EU. Okay, they're the EU of this world. River ponies to the east. Okay, river ponies. I guess you mean these guys over here. I don't know. Oh, no, you mean over east. Yeah, why am I going west? Okay, these guys is what you mean, I guess. I see River Republic, Kingdom of the Wetlands. Okay. Okay, I got you. So this these guys here. A gift from Skyfall. Today, like each year, we have received a single coin paid personally by the Chancellor of Skyfall. The coin and idol is sent in replacement, or as a replacement and consideration, consolation prize, I should say. For the lost idol of Boras, it has been 35 years since the loss of the idol and 28 since Gretchard came up with the joke. He apparently is still not tired of it. Okay. I guess there's a lost idol we should maybe be looking for. Yeah, I know I went in the wrong direction. If what was that little country to your west, you can use the search. Okay, the search. Yeah, search function. I was just expecting, because I know there's ponies over here. I was just sort of focusing on that. Strawberry Duchy, Grand Duchy of Feathercia, Yale relocated, Griffin Machin, Barony of Anger. Boy. So we are hopefully either, well, filling our wants and hopefully eventually making more new. Now, should we create an agency? Okay, that would be 3 factories. We currently only have 4 factories, but that's going to take a while. So, yeah, just for 30 days, let's create an agency. I guess this is probably the right one here. So we'll create that agency. The Idol of Boreas was a mystical artifact granted to the Emperor Grover I by Boreas, the biggest god, as sort of a physical representation of his right to rule over Griffin kind. It was lost 35 years before the game started, which is one of the many reasons why the Empire is so decrepit now. Okay, good to know. That's an important element to the game. If a god actually gives you an an artifact. Hello, unknown one dead. How you doing? Yeah, you can sort of blame Lum and a few others for pushing me into this, though Lum seems to have evaporated. Okay, the railroad. Oh, pause while I read these. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. The railroad trip was a rousing success. The Emperor and his escort had first gone to Griffinheim, or from Griffinheim to Bronskratz, where the loyal Diamond Dog nobles welcomed him extremely warmly and gave him many gifts. He then traveled to, what is it, Reedwetter, where he spoke with the Duchess Gabriella Eagleclaw, his dear cousin and friend, then across the Griffin King River to nearby Devagales. I'm probably butchering some of this, sorry guys. Where he enjoyed a quiet dinner with Duke Garlock IV of Feathercia. Next, his journey took him to the old Weinberg, where the local pheasant council welcomed him, its members offering their fresh farm produce to show their gratitude for the railroad. Soon the emperor arrived in the free city of Ramnau, or Romau, where Archon Arion the 12th wished to discuss politics with him in private, but was refused by the tired emperor, who was not particularly fond of the infamous zealot. A day later, he was in Greenbeck, where local engineers who had worked on the railway project were anxious to know if he had enjoyed his ride so far. When it came time to head to Angriver, the emperor asked if they could just go home instead, but his servants insisted that they had to complete the whole journey, so he would not, gods forbid, insult Baron Lear the vicious and Princess Dizella the insane. Grumbling, he slept until the train arrived in Griffin, but struggled to wake up. It was all in vain, it turned out, as the Baron had no interest in meeting him, and the visit to Katrinburg was equally swift, so they would all avoid catching a curse or two. Then finally, after many weeks, the trip had ended, and the exhausted emperor returned home. But on the following day, he barely got out of bed and complained of pain. Doctors promised to check him as soon as he had held urgent meetings with aristocrats, and so the emperor met noble after noble, hearing their petty complaints, pretending to be listening, please, until he collapsed without warning. Archon Eros the seventh, who was advising the emperor, quickly came to his aid and accused the nobles of poisoning him. When he realized his majesty had not lost consciousness, the 90-year-old Griffin tried to carry him on his own, but shouted for aid. The emperor was quickly rushed to private chambers and currently being taken care of by the emperor's finest medical experts. The Archon spends the day and night sleeping. Okay. Wow. Well, we just took a big hit to our political power and stability. Equestria game celebrates games in Crystal City have come to a close. Oh, right. I don't know what that has to do with us so much. Okay, Lum was woken back up again. Still here, don't blame me. Blame Gamer. He chose to simply play it. I simply told him about it. Oh, you were telling me to do it. If you weren't fond of big lore events, don't worry. It's mostly just set up. What is to come, the Emperor will get less lore events, or the Empire will get less lore events involving the Emperor's decline in health, which are, that's fine. I'm just going through this. Like Vanilla Hoy 4, you'll occasionally get global news. Of course, yes, that's good. Okay, so we have trains. Click on the supply mode. That will show us the trains better. All right, so we have trains around. That would help economies. That's for sure. Okay. Piccolini, Little Beak, becomes prime minister. Okay, intense backroom meetings between the king and Piccolini's large crowd. Okay, interesting. Is that? Guess not for us. That was just news of someplace else. Piccolini. Okay, so we now have an intelligence agency, and we're back to building our one military factory with a total of 4 civilian factories. Well, yes, it does sound a lot like Mussolini. I presumed, and he also was wearing a Mussolini-style hat. Okay, letters from Skyfall. It was late at night when Grover was brought a letter. Yeah, he was tired, but he was told that it was important. It had come from Skyfall, apparently personally penned by Ghislaine Gutchard himself. The emperor was surprised. Usually, the chancellor would only write him in January for his annual idle coin joke. He felt the moment. He felt the letter, no coin in it, intrigued. He opened it and began to read it. The tone was apologetic, and Gritchard began to explain to him that what he did since the succession and why he did it. The Emperor's side, he knew all of this and was waiting for the punchline. However, none arrived. It was very obnoxious, but he could see the Chancellor's point. Then he read the final words. Richard was apologizing, and no joke followed. Only hoped for a detente and his signature. Over took a long breath, looked out the window, and for a moment he didn't really know how he felt about it. He tried as incessant wars and conflicts. Okay, he was too tired to write a response this moment, so simply put down the letter at the table and went to bed. Okay, a little bit of political power back. The Emperor is dead. Okay, so we're removing okay, has become remove Emperor from Griffin Regency Council, becomes leader, non-aligned party, provisional government. Okay, join faction, political power, base stability. So we're going to go down to almost no stability here. Oh, so now what should I do, people? We have 8 stability, 8 political power, 50% war support, though I don't know that we are at war. The Emperor is dead. Okay, I'm just looking, does that unlock anything else? No. Okay. He's a toddler, only 3 years old. Hey, gamer. You okay, Sing, what request you have? I'll take it and I'll keep it in mind. Old Guard, Council of 3. Okay, Dagger in the Dark. On. Trying to look to see where we want to go. The Duchess. Old Guard, Pickle says. Okay, well, I guess the Old Guard it shall be. Two paths available. Oh, before I do this, you somewhat similar. You get different lore events, slightly different buffs, but both of them have the same goal to reunify the Empire and raise. Okay, well, I guess we'll go with Old Guard since they're similar here. We will do the Old Guard. The Emperor is dead, yes. I don't know if we should have. Well, I mean, it doesn't harm us to do this. Let's pause here. Okay. Artillery expert, fortress buster, Griffin. Yeah, we'll go with. I know he's. We'll go with him. He has a cool World War I helmet. Okay, we'll go with him, I guess. The Duchess is the new Emperor's auntie. Okay. Can you do a modern day Hearts of Iron 4 or a late 2000s? Possibly sometime. Sing? We could check one of those out. I don't know because I'm not necessarily. I'm gonna keep the save after this here, but I'm not gonna probably play out quote unquote full game of this. This is more taking a look. So we can maybe take a look at one of the more modern Hoi 4 sometime. Um, Griffin Pope. Yeah. I know you mean some other day. I totally get that. Sing. All right. We play a full game of this. Well, I'll tell you what, Lum. If enough people watch it, I certainly will. But I'm not going to kill my channel over it either. I think most of my viewers would like and maybe even tolerate a occasional wacky game on the channel, but I don't. I think enough of them really want historical stuff. As continent way up to 10, 20, 14 years. Yeah, okay. Okay, pause. I wish these would pop up and pause. Okay, in the wake of the Emperor's death, our vassal Bronzehill, has presented us with a truly beautiful gift. It is part of a diamond dog um, culture that, in the event of a death, the dog close to the deceased will gather gemstones known as flower gems and sculpt them into a memorial. These dogs remember their loyalty. Okay. Many called for us to place the statue in the Imperial Mausoleum as a sign of their gratitude for this cherished. While it would no doubt be a glorious addition to the Emperor's tomb, it cannot be ignored that this statue would fetch rather high price amongst art. Okay. Well, we'll take the. Yeah, I know factories and whatever, but we'll accept their gift. Okay, we can now hire an operative. Um, they're all griffins. Um, operative, detective chance. And this one's a seducer. So we'll go with that since it's the most beneficial one there. And we'll just keep him back here for now. Yeah, I hear you, Arno. We could maybe see about that sometime. All species are worse at spying except for changelings. Okay, good to know. Changelings would seem to be a ideal for spies. No political power for that. We're still heading towards. And we are building up a few more things. Good. Okay, Old Guard. Again, pause. The Duchess takes the stand. Poor Grover, he's too young, too frail for this cruel world, but with change comes an opportunity. These were the Duchess Gabriella's thoughts as she walked down the venerable halls of the Imperial Palace, much as she personally considered late Emperor her friend. She knew that he was no proper ruler, convening nobles that abused. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of this, but okay, so I do want to get the sense of what is going on. Okay, we could do this, which grants Klein Schaubrung, organization. Is this okay? I guess it's required for some of the other. Okay, wish it spelled out what the. Okay, voice of calm reason. Let's go voice of calm reason for the moment. Well, right now, let's see, we are producing this basic light chassis. It has main armament here of the improved small cannon. It has turret, so it's sort of like a you know, a Czech 38T type. That's a Czech 38 or 35T pictured there, but sort of like that kind of thing. A little different than what's that, but so we are doing that, but we just really don't have much in the way of technology right now, Arno. So, and we have not a much in production capabilities either. I do sort of want to get to where we could build some more aircraft and things. Declared war on the. Okay, pause. Okay, QAY. There we go. Okay, so this is way down here. Declared war on these guys down here. Okay, so there's, and maybe previous wars are going on. Okay, those are still way away from us, so I guess we don't have anything. Yeah, we'll see about that, Arno. We'll see. No promises, but not a bad idea to do some of that stuff. And we can see here some of these models of Griffins with their pickle hoops. Civil War and Longsword. Okay, yeah. Let's look for Longsword. Country of Longsword. Okay. Zoom out. Okay, so that's rather near us. Okay, so we have Civil War on our borders. And we have Machine Nest. Okay. Here, which allows us to build air bases and whatnot. Our we're going to go over to a bit more of some of my standards here for improved construction speed to get that going. You have knights and normal infantry. Okay. So these would be, okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, so 6 battalions of infantry with support artillery and engineering companies. Now, knights, what are they? Okay, I guess just sort of, I don't know, light infantry. I'm looking at their weapons. Just rifles. Over here, a little bit of support equipment. And here we have some armor. So Lich Panzer 1s, Coronas, and trucks for mobile. Okay, don't quite know all of that. Griffin Empire goal is unify every single Griffin nation on the continent you're on. Okay, good to know that that's the goal. Knights are kind of like light tanks. Okay, so we do have that. Eventually, we may break this up into some better organized commands as we go on. Yeah, I understood that there are some race techs here. And so we are okay, night divisions, noble recruits, highest standards. Economy, so we're looking there. We got can we fly? So we'll see what we can do with that. All right. Well, I don't want each of these episodes to get too long, so we'll be ending the episode here, not the live stream. Don't worry, you guys live. Continue hanging out if you like. Well, we're going to be making a few more episodes today, so if you're interested in watching more of this, please hit the like button and subscribe, and also post a comment that lets me know. And if we get enough viewers, well, hey, we'll continue this. This is obviously not the normal thing, but not a bad thing. But if people don't want to watch too much of this, I understand. But so let that be known. And we will continue to see you next time for more Hearts of Iron of one flavor or another.